Well, just as the All-Star game marks the traditional halfway point of the baseball season, we're also now at the halfway point of the 2015 investing season. In this morning's U.S. Bank Economic 360, U.S. Bank Vice President and Senior Portfolio Manager Mike Denneman talks with Business Courier editor Rob Dahlmeyer about the stock market's all-stars so far this year. Mike and Rob.
Thanks very much, Peg. Mike, thanks for being here.
Good morning.
Not a great year for the market at the halfway point.
No.
Pretty much flat. But there are some diamonds in the rough. Is that right?
Always. You know, you're right. Big picture, it's been disappointing. I mean, again, halfway through the year, and we're essentially where we were to start. In some cases, maybe even a little bit below. So, not anyone's definition of a good year. And, you know, we've talked about a lot of the reasons for this. Just a lot of, you know, uncertainty out there right now. You know, overseas, we've got Greece and China. Back here at home, we've got the Fed and interest rates. So, just a lot of question marks right now, and that makes for an uneasy market. But you're right. Even though the market as a whole has not done well, we're talking all-stars today, and certainly we can find some. In particular, there are two sectors in the market, healthcare and consumer stocks, which have done quite a bit better than the market as a whole. So that's where we're going to find the standouts.
All right, well, let's start with healthcare.
Sure, and really not a surprise. I mean, this is a sector that has been on quite a roll the last few years, if not right at the top, very near to. And so this is just a continuation of that winning streak, and we can attribute that to a lot of the usual suspects. Biotech, for instance, has been on just a fantastic roll. So not surprising to find a company like Gilead Sciences, for instance, has put up great numbers this year. But also seeing contributions from some other areas of the sector. Traditional drug companies like a Bristol Myers, for instance, having a great year. Managed care companies in Aetna, for instance, putting up great returns. So again, just a whole sector that's just on a roll, but maybe not without some caution. We're starting to hear analysts suggest that, you know, this has been such a protracted run that maybe we're in the late innings now of this rally.
Interesting. And then how about consumer stocks?
Sure. And this one is maybe a little bit more surprising. This is a sector that hasn't been on a roll like healthcare. Although first to step back and differentiate for a second, when we say consumer stocks, there's actually two distinct types out there. There are what we call the staples, which are food, beverage stocks, haven't done as well. The discretionary stocks, entertainment, retail, apparel have done very well. So names like Nike, Target, Disney all have done very well, and maybe not too surprising. Gas prices are low, consumers have a little bit extra to spend. Naturally, that money is going to find its way to these companies where they're doing a little bit extra spending. So,
right. Well, I'm sure we'll talk more as the year goes on. Hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers personally that we see some movement here, but thanks very much for being here.
Absolutely. Thanks, Rob.